In the waning days of the American Civil War, the Battle of Bentonville in March 1865 was a significant confrontation between the Union Army, led by Major General William T. Sherman, and the Confederate forces under General Joseph E. Johnston. The three-day battle, fought in Bentonville, North Carolina, was notable for being one of the last major engagements of the war. However, in this mythical retelling, the tale takes an even more extraordinary turn. As Union troops prepared for confrontation, whispers of a new, formidable ally began to circulate among the ranks. This ally was no ordinary soldier, but King Kong, the giant ape, clad in specially crafted, immense armor forged by the most skilled blacksmiths in the Union. Standing taller than the tallest trees, King Kong's presence was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Sherman, always strategic, knew that the psychological impact of such a creature could be as decisive as any tactical maneuver. The battle commenced on the morning of March 19th. Union and Confederate forces clashed in violent skirmishes across the field. Amidst the chaos, King Kong strode forward, his immense feet thundering against the ground, shaking the very earth. With each swing of his colossal armored fists, he sent Confederate soldiers flying, their lines breaking in disarray. The Confederate troops had not anticipated such an affront. Panic spread like wildfire. Many believed they were facing some dark sorcery or a judgment of an angry god. Confederate artillery focused on the massive figure, but the specially crafted armor withstood the barrage. Meanwhile, Union soldiers rallied behind this towering symbol of power and might, their morale boosted to unprecedented heights. By the second day, Confederate strategy had to adapt. Johnston ordered concentrated assaults in an attempt to flank and overwhelm the Union forces in places where King Kong was not present. Despite these efforts, the sheer size and power of the giant ape disrupted their formations time and again. Sherman, recognizing the creature's significance, used King Kong as both a psychological and physical battering ram, pushing through defensive lines and wreaking havoc wherever he appeared. On the third and final day, the battle reached a fever pitch. Sherman decided to use King Kong in a decisive move to break through the last Confederate stronghold. The Union forces launched a coordinated assault, with King Kong leading the charge. His thunderous roars echoed across the battlefield as he charged, smashing through barricades and scattering enemy troops. The sight was overwhelming. King Kong's might, combined with Sherman's tactical brilliance, proved too much for the Confederate Army. Johnston's forces, unable to counter the ferocity of the assaults and the seemingly invincible giant, began to retreat. The battlefield, once a chaotic mess of violence and blood, fell silent as the last of the Confederate soldiers fled. The Battle of Bentonville, in this fantastical version, ended in a resounding Union victory. The legend of King Kong, the giant warrior in armor, became a tale of awe and wonder passed down through generations. This mythical twist added an unforgettable chapter to the annals of the American Civil War, where the Union's strength was symbolized in the most extraordinary way imaginable.